My idea of heaven is folks being able to be full up, be fully who they are, and bring their gifts, or or be choiceful about that. That really is my idea of heaven. The light that thou hast, live up to the truth and remember, my child, you are never alone, no, never. What I have yearned for forever is to have co-whatevers, co-leaders, co-facilitators, co-musicians who can bring it, where I can bring it fully, and that doesn't mean, they then pull back because you're too strong with yours or whatever. So that's my idea of heaven. So I'll start with that. But I think it's a time in our society, at least here in the US, which is where I've been most of my life, when white men in particular have a very tricky path to healing, because I think so many of the circles that we would define as kind of healing spaces or spiritual places or activist circles jump on white men quickly as soon as they act in any way full up. So there's so much. Folks are so ready to catch a white man doing the wrong thing, speaking too much, speaking too boldly, being too joyous about who he is, any of that stuff. And I experienced this a lot at Pendle Hill. I felt that it was very much a culture that, because it's a primarily white, middle class, middle-aged women, I was very aware that the culture was not very conducive to white men acting in any way except for very humble, toned down, sort of a toned down way of being. And so when we would occasionally get a white man that didn't act that way, I saw him catching hell. But I was very aware of that. And so, the world in general has been so colonized and terrorized by white men that it's such a hard, it's a hard thing to balance out. But where I put my energy in the moment is trying to make the space for bring yourself more fully, bring yourself more fully. Because I don't think I can heal until so I can't see okay, put yourself on pause while I just don't think that that's leading toward us all being whole. So that's my thing. I completely get the ones that say, let the white men just sit in the corner and be quiet while we do our thing. I understand where that comes from, but that's not what I want to be up to. Probably because of my idea of heaven. Live up to the light that thou hast, and more will be granted thee, will be granted thee. Oh, live up to the light